A big problem in the world we live in nowadays is that people tell each other things more than they listen.
La 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 la, I am not listening. La 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 la.
Ironically, in a world so self-obsessed, it's funny how the individual feels like they lack attention. Probably because we need more people to be focused on us than ever before. But this is all because we are products of our environment. And our environment is the widespread knowledge of others everywhere. And this makes us want to be known because we see so many more people that we feel smaller. Social media is literally the facilitator of all of this, and it's making us change because mental health is becoming a big issue. I've been thinking a lot recently about what it would be like to be raised without being told. The same way we go to school, the same way we're told to get a job, the same way we're taught to live and speak like the people around us. The idea of school being a place to learn is kind of funny to me, because in reality it's literally just a place to be told. Subjects like maths and history have specific syllabuses, and in reality you aren't allowed to diverge from what the syllabus has in store for you, otherwise you face failing exams. Realizing that teachers are just people who went to school too and are now back in school telling you what they think is right because they were told it was right in school is ironic. It's almost like a cloning system where just you go to a building where there are however many teachers who are basically just normal people hired to tell you and regurgitate you information. Imagine if you walked into class and you had a genuine question about a subject. So you're in a history class and you had a genuine question about some piece of history, but it wasn't in line with what the teacher was meant to be teaching you that lesson. It wouldn't take long for the teacher to drag you away from your interest and guide you back towards the syllabus. I think the point I'm trying to get at here is that we're in smaller boxes than we think we are. You know, we go to school, we think we're going to learn, you know, we have all of these classes in a day and they're telling us all this new shit we don't know about. But really, you know, it's specific and it's the same thing for every year. So it's like everyone knows the same shit by the end of it. So it's like, what kind of kid? It's like we're all coming out the same, except just different levels of not being able to pass a specific exam. That's the only difference. We're all taught how to fit into society. Same way you know how to not look weird when walking down the street. You know how to make small talk when you're talking to specific people. You know how to act in different situations around different people depending on who they are or where they come from or even what they look like. And the point is that without knowing it and without intention, you're born and your parents are immediately, and society, and nowadays your phone, are constantly reaffirming to you what you should be doing.
What are you doing? What are you doing? No, what are you doing?
And how you should be acting and what you should look like. And that's the box I'm talking about. But what if every child was facilitated, was raised to be the best version of whatever it was that they were trying to achieve, and at 1 year old they were taken just as seriously as when they were 20 in terms of what they're interested in, what they like. For example, if you're a toddler at 1 year old and you're sat down in your living room with your parents and you're staring out of the window looking outside, what if like your parents' immediate reaction was grab the coats, we're going out and we're taking him to whatever he's looking at? The same way, what if you were taught, instead of immediately being told the native language of the country you're born in and whatever your parents speak, but you're allowed years worth of time to explore your own ways to communicate? You know what I mean? Whether that's using your hands, whether that's running around banging the wall and trying to come up with, like, what if it wasn't an immediate like installation of for me it's English, but like for others it'd be Mandarin, someone else it'd be Russian, someone else it'd be Spanish. What if it wasn't like that? And then with that leeway they were given the opportunity, if they started copying their native language without being told, then that's their interest, that's what they want to do. If they don't, they stay quiet, they choose other forms, that's what they want to do, and that's okay too. Rather than say at this age, you know, he needs to be walking by this age, he needs to be talking by this age, you know what I mean, and all of these like fake rules in our heads. I think that just the overall point I'm getting to is that there is more restrictions than you might initially think placed on you. And you know, the human brain is limitless. There are no rules, and we somehow have imposed our own set of rules, someone else's rules, because I didn't come up with the idea of schooling, I didn't come up with the idea of society. We're imposing someone else's rules onto children all the time, unconditionally. Now, man-made attempts to do that, you know, from the minute someone's born, is having an effect on them. And that's no fault of anyone's, it's just something that we're all a product of. Every person, and this might not be obvious, but I think who has a child wants to raise them to essentially be better versions of themselves. Our life has nothing to do, our experiences have nothing to do with that child's purpose. And at 1 year old, that child's purpose might be fucking anything. It might be crawling over to touch a pillow. I mean, whatever the fucking purpose is, has nothing to do with you. Before a child is even born, we already know the box it's going to be placed in, who its parents are, where they live, and how much money they've acquired are the three main things that are going to let you know what your child's life is going to be like. And unfortunately, that box is already been made and can't really be changed, especially with the society we live in. So there isn't much leeway. And so the kind of creativity kind of diminishes a little bit, because if you were to imagine that every person who was ever born in this fictional world I'm about to create, every person that was ever born was put into a white room that could be painted on and you could add things to, what kind of thoughts are they going to have? How are they going to express themselves over their lifetime? What kind of communication will they develop? Like, I'm sure it would be vastly different, fascinating to see. And for some reason, and it's understandable, we all just accept the scenario that we've been put in, you know, someone else's idea, you know, this society and this, that, and whatever, and you know, that's okay. Some people aren't bothered by it, but I just think it's interesting to think about what if it was different? What if we didn't have to do it the same way? And what if I thought I'd make this video because it was just an interesting concept I came up with today, and I thought I want to share it and maybe get some people thinking. I hope you enjoyed this video and you're doing well wherever you are, and my name's been Thought by Zach. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when I get uploading next, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.